There's good things about challenges. It brings forth, if we run it right, the best instincts of our youth and ourselves, and urges us on to develop technologies that otherwise may not get developed. So I think this is a good opportunity for us as a nation to seize on, and frankly for the world.
So if it's not fossil fuel based or coal or oil or gas, that brings us into the possibilities of wind power, of solar, of nuclear, biomass.
When you start looking for terawatts, the conversation gets to be pretty sparse. There aren't a lot of places to get terawatts of power. So for example, you mentioned wind. You might be able to get a terawatt worldwide from wind, but that's about it. You start taking more than a terawatt out of the wind system, you start changing the climate. And people get awfully tired of watching those windmills turn around. Biomass, similar argument, around a terawatt.
And is that sustainable?
That perhaps would be sustainable, although therein lies a question. In a world that is already challenged for water and food, just how much of our arable land can we take over to energy crops? Well, certainly hundreds of gigawatts, maybe a terawatt, but it's hard to imagine plausibly doing it at the level of 10 terawatts. So biomass certainly would be a player, wind will be a player, and they can be done sustainably and probably done in a way that doesn't harm the environment, perhaps unacceptably. But it's not going to be big enough, not ever going to be big enough. Vast energies are available in nuclear fission reactions, let alone fusion reactions on this Earth. If we go to very efficient fuel cycles, be plenty to handle the needs for this planet for another 100 years at least. And there's about a factor of 1,000 times more energy than we need hitting the Earth every day from the sun. Even though right now the fraction of total energy used by the world that comes from sun is less than a fraction of 1%. That is where the big energy resource is. So every time you fly in an airplane over a desert, you might play the game I play. I look out the window, and when I see the last house, I start my watch going. And I clock until I see the next civilization. And I ask myself, what's going on with that desert down there that's useful? Well, it's very pretty, and it's nice to look at it if you want to get away from civilization. But basically, the only thing that happens down there is the sun comes down, heats up the sand, and then it cools off at night. I want that energy. The vast western deserts of North America, and if you look at the planet, you can see the planet is in a way strangely blessed with deserts.
And which are becoming more blessed with deserts every year.
Yeah, that's right. And so imagine by the middle of the century that actually a very small percentage of these deserts are covered with vast solar farms. The energy that comes from those farms could easily handle the needs of 10 billion people, with every one of them consuming energy like I do every day.